good morning and Happy New Year. Hundreds of thousands flocked to the Chungno-gu district in Seoul for the Boshingat Bell ceremony. 33 rings at the stroke of midnight to welcome the new year. On Korea Today, Thursday, January 1st, 2015.
From Arirang News, this is Korea Today.
And a great morning to you all. Thank you for joining us on Korea Today on this first day of 2015. I'm Kim Young alongside Kim Min-jung and Oh Jin-ju and the whole bunch.
That's right. Good morning, everyone. It's a brand new day and a brand new year. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Quickly go through our New Year's resolutions.
Okay, New Year's resolution. Mine, healthier habits.
Healthier habits to clean for me. Clean the car, clean the desk, clean.
Well, for the fourth year in a row, I think losing some weight would be on the
How
agenda.
about you carry it out, actually?
I don't know. Then you would have a resolution next year.
All right, Jinju.
Working out more.
Working out more. And Seongyeon?
Giving birth to a happy child.
Oh, yes, a baby on the way. Great news. Now, last year was the year of the blue horse, but this year, guess what? It's the year of the sheep.
That's
right. The cheong, right? Which is the blue sheep there. And we do have the sheep right over there.
Let's meet a special guest. Hello.
Very, very special.
Hi.
Way over for the year 2015.
And who is this mysterious sheep over here? I mean, wow. And these are real sheep.
Exactly. Look at these guys.
Wow.
Wow, SJ.
Oh my goodness, it was so hot in there.
Yeah, I could
Who
imagine.
are these sheep? Do they have names?
The person who brought him over actually said his name is Michael and her name is Jackson.
Michael
and
Jackson.
Jackson.
Really?
Okay, so I guess they're sort of a couple, right? They always
They are.
stick to each other.
Not a married one, but
They're actually.
I haven't heard anything about sheep marriages just yet,
Well,
right?
according to the person who brought this, they're saying that they're girlfriend and boyfriends, and it's it's kind of interesting with the sheep, right? They're actually one of the oldest domesticated animal out there, so very out there, and they're very gentle, known for being a gentle animal, right?
Right, so those who were born in the year of the sheep are known to be gentle and very understanding and have good relationship with other people and are good at group activity. And since this year is the blue sheep, year of the blue sheep, blue means progressive, active, and positive, so there's going to be a lot of good energy this year.
Hopefully it's a great year because 2014 there was some sad stories here and there, but of course we're all looking forward to 2015, the year of the blue sheep, and we have Michael and Jackson, our special guests here in our program.
And we have our reporters standing by at key locations across the country to greet the New Year's sunrise. Let's toss things over to Min-jung and Young.
All right, thank you, Jinju, for that.
Sunjae really looks like a sheep, I think.
He has a couple new friends there, right? It is about 4 minutes past the hour on this first day of January, and we're going to connect live to our four corners, Dongseo, Nampuk, of Korea, the east, the west, the south, and the north.
That's right. First, we'll go to the east where the sun rises every morning, and today's no exception. Our Chun Sung-cho is standing by at the Naksansa Temple in Yangyang, Gangwon-do Province. Let's go over to her right now. Good morning to you, Sung-cho, and the rest of the crew.
Happy New Year, guys. It's my very first good morning to you in the year 2015. And right now, I'm on the coast of the East Sea in Yangyang, Gangwon-do Province. To be more specific, yes, Naksansa Temple. Right behind me, you see a glorious statue of a bodhisattva called the seaward-looking Avalokiteshvara statue. And just like its name implies, it looks out the East Sea. And what better way to start a New Year's Day here than being here, because the East Sea means a lot to Korea in so many ways. The East Sea is bordered by the Korean Peninsula, Japan, China, and Russia, the perfect venue for trading between these countries. It plays an important role in the Korean economy, almost like a gateway to Korean exports and imports. Hence, the East Coastal region is also called Gwandong, which means the gate of the East. With numerous ports and an international airport all situated along this coastal region, there's a steady increase in the intensity of shipments across the sea with the growth of East Asian economies. And of course, the sea boasts its picturesque scenery as well. And it's still pretty dark right now, and I can't wait for the sun to be up to show you a better view. But there are already, as you can see, a ton of people here gathered on standby to witness the very first sunrise of the year. And I hear the bells chiming as well, and everyone is really excited. The sun is expected to rise at about 7:41 a.m., which is going to be in an hour. I'm very excited. And the weather, it seems like it's frigid cold. The strong wind gusts are making it feel like negative 12 degrees Celsius outside. But hey, once the sun comes up, it'll all be worth it. We all know. Young and Minjang.
All right, look forward to that first sunrise of 2015. We will turn to the west now. Our reporter Kim Ji-yeon is joining us from the country's western port city of Incheon. Ji-yeon, good morning to you and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. I'm standing at an observatory at one of the highest peaks of the western port city of Incheon. Beside me, you can see a bird's-eye view of the Incheon International Airport, and airlines are continuously taking off or landing, swooping by at an astonishing speed. It's quite a thrilling experience being up here. And the reason why I'm here is because this airport is symbolically a very important gateway to the country's It's estimated that around 45.5 million visitors have passed through its terminals last year, and it's also estimated to increase to 48 million. And as you can see, the Incheon Airport is quite popular. In fact, it won the best overall airport award this year by Global Traveler, a monthly magazine based in the U.S., and was inducted into its Hall of Fame. Also, it topped the Airport Service Quality Survey for the 10th year running. And it's also garnered attention for the amount of cargo it handled. More than 250 tons, in fact, has been transported through the airport in 2014 alone. And it's an estimated of around net profit of $550 billion last year. That's the highest amount since it opened port in 2001.
Now, Incheon's proximity to the ocean is situated right at a perfect place where it can be an attractive site as a transportation hub, including ports, right?
That's right. In fact, the Incheon port was among the world's top 100 ports in 2013 in terms of how much quantity of goods it processed. It's handled around 2 million containers of cargo last year. It's mainly because of from trade with China and Southeast Asian countries. That's a 9% increase from the previous year, making the country's third largest port following Busan and Yeosu. And under the motto, turning walls into doors, the city itself is trying to promote itself as an economic city, developing its Songdo International Business District, this free trade zone, as well as the hosting of the 2014 Asian Games last year are some of the examples. And it's not only an economic city, it's currently home to 3 million people currently residing here, and who are waiting for the new year to begin. Well, that's it for me, guys. Happy New Year. This has been Kim Ji-yeon reporting live from the western port city of Incheon.
All right, Ji-yeon, Happy New Year's to you too. Now this time we're going to jump down to the country's south, now the largest port city of Busan.
That's right. Our Connie Kim is standing by near Nurimaru APEC House this morning to give us a look at how people in Busan are celebrating the start of the new year. Connie, good morning.
Good morning, guys, and Happy New Year. Happy new start of the year. Well, I'm standing here right now at the Nurimaru APEC House, which is one of the famous venues to see the sunrise. Well, because of the chilly weather right now, I'm not here with a lot of people, but I'm definitely expecting more here as the clock ticks towards 7:30, which is exactly when the sun is going to rise. Now, behind me is the Gwangan-daegyo Bridge, which is one of the longest bridges in Korea. And for the people who are in Busan for a quick getaway, please do drop by that bridge because the bridge is going to be open for people only until 9 a.m. Well, guys, I wish you guys were here with me to see this beautiful scenery.
Now, Busan is also known to have the most container cargo coming in and out of the port, and this serves as a very strategic base for global logistics. What more can you tell us about that?
Well, Minjung, this port city is very important, linking Asian continents and the Eurasian continents together. Well, as a matter of fact, 75% of all Korea's total cargoes coming in and out of Korea, in and out of Busan, actually, are coming into Busan and are delivered to about 100 countries. Now, by 2020, the port is expected to open up to more than 55 berths, which is going to add to the significance of the global logistics to the city. Now, Busan is also important in terms of tourism as well, because more than 1/5 of Korea's total tourism come to Busan for their vacation. Now, don't forget, Minjung, that Busan is also a city where they hosted the Korea-ASEAN Commemorative Summit and also where they hosted the ITU Plenipotentiary Conference. So I'm definitely expecting more to find out more events in Busan this year. Well, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Connie, for that. That was our Connie Kim reporting live from Busan. We're going to turn our attention this time up north to the opposite end.
That's right. This is the area closest to North Korea in the northwestern region of the South Korean peninsula. Now, where a bell ringing ceremony was also held to welcome in the new year, and that was last night. Now, Cheong joins us this morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning to you.
Well, Happy New Year, Yang and Minjung. Well, I'm at Imjinga Pyeonganuri Park in Paju, Gyeonggi-do Province. You saw the east, west, and south gate of Korea, and now here in the north, unfortunately, the way to the north is blocked due to the division of the Korean peninsula. Well, but the train behind me is the one that's used to cross the north and south, transporting people and supplies. And unfortunately, it was destroyed during the Korean War, and it remains here until this day at a standstill point. Well, as you saw this as a reflection of the sad reality of divided Korea. And you can see the military demarcation line, which is only 7 kilometers away. And in fact, I could actually see some of the soldiers passing by, checking the fences over here. And in fact, this area has become a popular destination where a lot of visitors and also North Korean visitors, North Korean defectors would visit and hold the joint ancestral rituals. And also, since it's the very first day of the new year, many have actually arrived here to see the very first sunrise of the new year as well. Well, though the way to the north is blocked right now, but hopefully sometime in near future we'll be able to report to you live in the north beyond this point. This has been Cheong live from Paju, Gyeonggi-do Province.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Good morning and Happy New Year. It's time to run through the front pages of your newspapers now. The year 2015 has come upon us, and that means that it has also been 7 decades since Korea's independence from Japan's colonial rule. We have quite a few stories today that take note of this fact. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of them. First up on 중앙일보, and this headline says 70 years since Korea's independence, a new Korea. And the paper has some words written by Lee Hong-gu, a former prime minister of Korea. If we take a look at some of his words here, he says, although scars and bitterness remain from war and division of Korea's past, it's important not to inherit those wounds and painful mindset, hoping that a reunified Korea will come upon us if the country is able to overcome the hardships ahead. If we take a look at this interesting image here, it's a photoshopped image of Changdeokgung Palace here in Seoul. The background is of today's setting, and these two men here are from a situation 70 years ago. They are Lee Seung-man, the first president of Korea, and Kim Gu, a Korean nationalist politician and independence fighter against the Japanese colonial rule. The two of them together right after independence was earned in February of 1946. Also on 동아일보, a very similar headline here. This one says, Independence and Division of 70 Years, Let's Soar High Korea. This daily recognizes that although it has been 7 decades since Korea has been liberated from Japan's colonial rule, this also means it's been 7 decades since the Korean peninsula has been divided into the capitalist South and the communist North following World War II. Thus, it's time for Korea to rise high, as a lot of work still lies ahead for South Korea to be able to become one with the North. Now, in the meantime, we'll take a look at another story that is in this newspaper as well. It's of the president's New Year's address, and the title reads, End Division of 7 Decades, Open Roads to Unification. If we take a look at some of the words here, she uploaded her New Year's address onto YouTube via a video message yesterday. The president, she pledged to lay the groundwork for potential unification in the new year amid continuing tensions, of course, on the Korean peninsula. Now, she said that she will open the path toward unification by laying substantial and specific groundwork for unification by ending a 7-decade-long division. Now we'll move on to another headline here on Seongsan Ilchulbong, and this one is about the development of the demilitarized zone, and the headline says, let's turn DMZ into main artery on the peninsula. So the demilitarized zone runs across the waist of the Korean peninsula, and the Seoul government is pushing for an ambitious joint project with the North to create a city of unification and a peaceful ecological park in this heavily armed DMZ as part of efforts to reduce military tensions on the Korean peninsula. Finally, we'll take a look at some news here on the economy, on the Korea Economic Daily. This one says another challenge ahead. And if we take a closer look at the article here, we'll go ahead and look at the sub-headlines here. They say there are 4 crises ahead of Korea in the new year in the fields of interest rate, prices, growth, and investment. There is a need to rush regulatory reforms, it says, as well as pioneer a new financial domain that others have not yet opened up. The Daily also goes on to say it is important to be able to develop innovative enterprises like Apple and Google, for instance, for Korea to leap a step forward. And that was a look at our local headlines on this first Thursday of 2015. Stock markets were closed yesterday for New Year's Eve, so right back to you guys, Minjung and Young and Jinju.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, well, the sun is supposed to start peeping out at around 7:37 a.m. in the East Coast. We are looking at a glimpse of something like the sun.
Right behind us, we can see that it is beginning to rise and illuminate that area.
Right.
And
in the
people are
east there.
gathering there to welcome the
I'm
New Year's
guessing,
sunrise.
right? Hundreds of people are gathered there.
And I can already see a couple of the selkabongs that were so popular in
the
2014.
selkabongs that I refuse to be associated with.
Well, one of us 3 was born in the year of the sheep.
Right? It's not you, that's for
It's
sure.
not me. And
One
I
of
wonder,
us.
and I wonder who else was born in this year of the sheep.
That's right. Our Somi Sorang has more on that, and she joins us right in the studio. Good morning, Happy
Good
New
morning,
Year.
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. So Minjong, as we said, you were born in the year of the sheep. And I looked at which other people are born in the year of the sheep, and I wasn't the only one that looked this up. It was one of the most popular searches for pretty much the entire week. So here we go. From past, we have Michelangelo, the ultimate Renaissance man, born in 1475, and Thomas Edison, inventor, born in 1847. Among contemporaries, both Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, I didn't know this, but they were both born in the same year, 1955. In Korea, actor Song Kang-ho, Snowpiercer, attorney, face reader are some of his latest works. And CL from Group 21, also born in the year of the sheep.
There's 2 cycles ahead, though, right?
Yeah.
A lot of great minds and also some creative people were born in this
You're among the
year of
best,
sheep.
Now, in Korea, our way of saying Happy New Year is 새해 복 많이 받으세요. So let's have a look. It's literally translated as receive a lot of blessings in the new year. So let's see how other countries say it in other languages. So in Spanish, we have Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Such good students.
Oh, we're taking lessons already.
Yeah. Okay, lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is Sweden. Gott nytt år.
Gott nytt
nytt
år.
So good new year. And finally, Indonesia. I checked this with Yunus. Selamat tahun baru.
Selamat tahun baru. Right.
So what was it for
Selamat-
Swedish?
That's it. You had it right there. That was a pop quiz. My gosh, I was just waiting for that.
Let me give it a try. Good nytt dut or something like that.
Aru.
Okay, or
Gott nytt år.
All
Alright, so
I'll never forget that.
going back to Korean, 새해 복 많이 받으세요. So here are some Korean celebrities wishing you a very happy new year.
많이 받으시고 항상 좋은 일만 있기를 바라겠습니다.
더 행복한 해를 맞았으면 좋겠습니다. 새해 복 많이 받으시고요.
2015년 한 해에도 건강하시고 좋은 일 가득하셨으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다. 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
항상 건강 유의하시고요. 미리 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
Happy New Year!
And a happy new year to you once again.
Once again, 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
새해 복 많이 받으세요. Thank you for that, Misorang, and we'll see you tomorrow. Now, up ahead on this New Year's Day, we're going to begin 2015 with a trip to Jeju Island, one of the island paradises of the peninsula. We're going to explore the island and the sea surrounding it, of course. A trip to see the famous sunrise at the Seongsan Ilchulbong is on the agenda as well. A Jeju trip is coming up on Korea Discovered.
I just want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and hearty 2015, and we'll see you next year.
Hello, I'm Na Hyun-kyung. From me and everybody else on the news team of Early Edition at 6, we wish you a very happy new year. May all your wishes come true in the new year.
We look forward to another exciting journey into a new year, 2015. Bye-bye.
Stay tuned to, of course, Arirang News as well as Upfront in 2015.
And I just want to wish you guys all a happy, happy new year, a blessed 2015. Hope you guys have an amazing and blessed year. See you guys soon. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm the host for Pops and Soul, Tasha. Well, I hope you guys have a lovely new year with your family. Bye!
Thank you very much for your love and support every single day, and I want to wish all of you a beautiful 2015. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, I'm Eli from UKISS, and I'm also your host for Simply K-Pop. Please keep supporting Arirang TV, Simply K-Pop, and UKISS. Thank you guys so much. Happy New Year's!
For 15 years now, Heart to Heart has been bringing leaders from all walks of life to the living rooms of our viewers. We thank you for joining us and hope that you'll be with us in the new year as well. Happy New Year!
Happy holidays! Woohoo!
Hope you guys have an amazing year.
See you next year. See you in 2015.
Over 7.2 million Koreans are making outstanding achievements throughout the world. The United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon working for world peace. The President of the World Bank, Kim Yong-kim. A Korean human rights activist, Lawrence Kwok, who has 3-decade history going around the world. And of course, there are those in sports and the arts who bring incredible joy to fans across the globe. We see so many proud Koreans who are advancing the field of medical science, focusing their efforts towards eradicating hunger and striving to cure all kinds of diseases. Let's hear from those who are working to make a difference worldwide.
And we do see a lot of native Koreans, Korean citizens making waves around the world and making a difference. But then we also see those that are covered by the media quite often and some who are not as often covered. Our SJ Lee has reached some of those who are working outside of Korea. SJ, Who are we meeting first?
And I'm back. Happy New Year's to you guys once again. You know, just like you said, there's a lot of many Koreans all across the world who are making a difference. And the first place we're actually going to take a visit to is over in the Antarctics. And we have, of course, Mr. Kang Chun-yoon. And believe it or not, 29 nations have 40 different stations all across the regions doing many different scientific researches and, you know, fighting the extreme cold and whatnot. Of course, the first person we're going to take a look at, Kang Chun-yoon, he is the leader over at one of the two stations that the Koreans have. We have a King Sejong Station and the Changbogo Station, and he is actually the leader of Changbogo Station, and he's the first person we're going to meet.
All right, let's connect to Mr. Kang Chun-yoon live. Good morning, Mr. Kang. So it must be extremely cold in the Antarctic. I can imagine. How is the weather condition like there?
It's the white nights period, when the sun doesn't set, in the Antarctic. It's the summer season, when we can do outdoor activities. At Changbogo Station, if we have a windless day with strong sun, the temperature stays around -3 degrees Celsius. But with wind, the temperatures will drop drastically. So our exploration research outdoors is in full swing around this time, from mid-December to the end of February.
Now, Mr. Kang, I'm Kim In-jung here. I'm sure many of the researchers stationed there are feeling a little homesick around this time of the year. How many of you are stationed there, and how are you spending this holiday season?
Currently, we have a total of 16 on staff here, including myself. Since it's the summer season, there's a 20-member summer research team working here. And they will wrap up their project at the end of February. We are able to communicate often with our family from the station because of our satellite telephone and internet. We also try to exercise frequently in our free time to keep up our energy and stamina in the cold. Plus, we have a greenhouse where we grow fresh vegetables. I believe our team is enjoying their time here.
All right, that was Mr. Kang Chun-yoon, station leader of the Changbogo Station in the Antarctic. Happy New Year to you and your crew.
Yeah, the second person we'll be talking to has contributed greatly to reducing the child mortality rate in Afghanistan, I believe. Now, the child mortality rate there is one of the highest in the world.
That's right. Now, we're going to go from a very cold area in the Antarctic over to California, where it's a lot warmer. And we're going to meet Dr. Stephen Kwon. But though a lot of the people in California, or most of the people call him Dr. Stephen Kwon, over in Afghanistan, they call him Dr. Soybean. That's right, Dr. Soybean. You might be going, oh, Dr. Soybean, why is that? Well, you know, he's actually doing a lot to fight the malnutrition problem all across the world. And back in 2003, he went to Afghanistan. And what he noticed was that the malnutrition problem over in Afghanistan was a huge issue. And he saw a lot of these starving kids. And he wanted to figure out what he's going to do with the problem over in Afghanistan, and realized soybean is actually a source of protein that can easily be grown in many different kind of climates. So Dr. Soybean that he is, he was able to go there, teach them how to grow soybean, teach them how to harvest soybean, and also teach them how to cook soybean as well. So Dr.
I'm sure
Soybean.
he's with his soybean plan. He's saved a countless number of lives. We will connect with Dr. Soybean himself, Mr. Steve Kwon. He is currently in Pasadena, California. But let's go over to him right now. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, our soybean program is nationwide. First 2 years we did just a test trial to see whether soybean can be adapted to the climate and soil conditions. By 2010, we reached out all 34 provinces in introducing soybean farming and home consumption. So far, about 60,000 new farmers have been trained by us, and input was given, such as soybean seed and fertilizers. And now more than 3,000 villages, they are growing soybean as a major protein source to be consumed by the family members fighting malnutrition.
Thank you, Dr. Kwan. Now, the soybean plant sounds like it could be a player in the solution to areas with food shortages, and we wish Dr. Kwan the very best in his endeavors. Now, let's go to Connecticut. I understand in the field of genetics that there was a person who actually had a huge breakthrough last year.
That's right. We're going to go from West Coast California over to East Coast in Connecticut, and he doesn't have a nickname like Dr. Soybean. He's Dr. Charles Lee. He's a geneticist, and a lot of the Koreans were very happy to find out last year that he was nominated for the Nobel Prize. Of course, he's currently the director over at the Jackson Laboratory of Genomic Medicine, and also he's the chair professor over at the Seoul National University, Dr. Charles Lee.
Let's go straight over to Professor Lee this time. Thank you for your time this morning, Professor Lee. It's a great opportunity to talk to you this morning. Now, I'm sure that you have a full list of New Year's resolutions for 2015. What are some of the primary goals of yourself and your research center?
So my goal really for the Jackson Laboratory for Genomic Medicine is to see the technologies that we now have in genetics being applied to patient care. To give you an example, we now have technologies where we can sequence all the bacteria that are coming out of a baby in the ICU. And we can predict days in advance which baby is going to get sick and which isn't, and what is the bacteria that's causing that sickness. And that's the kind of, to be able to see patients survive and be benefiting from this kind of genetic technology is really a personal goal. One of the goals that we're also having right now is something called the Cancer Avatar Project, where we take people's cancer specimens that when they're being removed from the body, and we grow them up in mice, and we test different drugs on them to see what drug is most effective for your cancer. The day that I will be able to see the first Korean patient benefit from that kind of research will be an ultimate personal goal for me.
All right, thank you, Dr. Lee. That's a really noble goal, and we do hope that his goal to overcome the battle against cancer will definitely come true. Now, we are going to South Sudan this time in West Africa. SJ, what can you tell us about our last guest?
That's right. Our final guest today is another very special person, and you mentioned over in South Africa, and we're going over to the Republic of South Sudan, and as you know, there's a lot of issues going on over there, and the person we're going to meet is actually Dr. Yoo Seo-hee, and what she is actually an internist, which means a doctor of internal medicine. Now, over at the Republic of South Sudan, what she's doing is helping out the refugees, of course, victims of the civil war, and also children who are currently suffering from infectious disease, and she's doing a lot of work over there. Of course, because of the area that she's in, we're unable to get a local connection, but fortunately for you guys, we're able to connect with her through Skype. Dr. Yoo Seo-hee.
That's right. I understand that we may experience some technical difficulties with this connection. We do ask for your understanding in advance. We have Dr. Yoo Seo-hee on the line. Good morning to you. Now, what are some of the most common medical needs of the people there?
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 국경없는 의사의 소속 내과의사 유서희입니다.
Hi, my name is Yoo Seo-hee, a doctor of internal medicine with Doctors Without Borders. I'm at Upper Nile State in South Sudan, and it's dawn right now, so it's still a bit dark out. I'm working with the Emergency Medical Service of Doctors Without Borders in Upper Nile, South Sudan. The civil war began around December 2013 here in South Sudan. There are 20,000 refugees of war in this region, but they don't have any facilities to get treatment. So Doctors Without Borders are providing medical support throughout the country. The recent Ebola crisis in West African regions received international attention, but a lot of people are still dying because of malnutrition, black fever, and malaria all over the African countries. We need international support as well.
Now, Dr. Yu, what are some of your plans after your work over there, and how long will you be in South Sudan?
네. 네. 저는 일단은 내년 3월까지는 이곳 남수단 멜루트에서 일을 할 예정으로
I am
되어
supposed to
있고요.
work here in South
그
Sudan
이후에는,
until March.
글쎄요, 저도 잘 모르겠네요. 아마 한국으로 돌아가서 잠깐 쉬고 나서
I will
아마 또
probably
다른
return to
프로젝트를
Korea
위해서
for a
떠나게
short
될것
break,
같습니다.
then go off to
다음에는
another
어떤
project
나라에서
soon.
또 어떤 활동을 하게 될지는 저도 전혀
But
모르겠는데요.
I don't know what type of
아마
project
그렇기
I'll be
때문에 더
doing
다음
or where
프로젝트가
exactly will
기다려지는
be,
것 같기도
and I'm
합니다.
quite excited to find out.
2015년 모두 새해 복 많이 받으시고요.
I hope you all have a happy new year,
모든 사람들이 전쟁,
and
질병,
hopefully more
그리고
people in the world will be
배고픔의
able
고통에서
to be
조금은
rid
더
of the
벗어날 수 있는
pains
그런
brought
한
by
해가
war,
되었으면
diseases,
좋겠습니다.
and
감사합니다.
hunger in 2015.
All right, thank you, Dr. Yu. That was Dr. Yu Seo-hee from South Sudan joining us this morning. Hope you have a happy new year.
All right, thank you so much, Seungjae. Koreans
pleasure.
making a difference worldwide. Are you going to be back as the sheep towards the end of the show again?
Well, maybe hot in the
I'll be
studio
back.
for that, right?
It's really hot in there, but you know what? Maybe later on.
Bring
All right,
Michael and
thank
Jackson
you
back
so
with you.
much.
Happy New Year's to you guys.
You too. Now it's around 7:39 a.m. right now. We were supposed to be able to catch a glimpse of the first sunrise of 2015 at 7:37 a.m. So I guess the sun's already up.
So let's go over to our Jeon Sung-cho standing by at Naksansa Temple in Yangyang County, Gangwon-do Province. Back to you, Sung-cho.
Right, the sun is about to rise above the horizon at the East Sea on this very first morning of 2015. The skies are getting brighter and brighter, and over there, if you zoom in, if the camera zooms in over there, you see the bright red section of the clouds. That's where the sun is peeking out over the horizon over there, and the visibility across the sea is relatively clear because of the clear conditions. But then the problem is we have very thick, dense layer of fog and clouds out far in the sea. So we'll have to maybe wait a couple of more minutes to see the real sun poking out behind that clouds. But it was really, look at the breathtaking display of radiant colors, bright streaks of red and orange overcoming the blue and purple of the twilight sky. Just gorgeous. And there are big crowds of people here, and I can see that they're just left speechless and breathless by the incredible sight. Some busy taking pictures and others taking a moment to wish upon the sun for a happy new year. I'm just overwhelmed by a sense of awe. I'm also excited to start a brand new year with you guys in Korea today. I'm really taken aback with so many emotions and feelings right now that I don't even care how freezing cold it is here. Let's have another great year together, guys. And once again, Happy New Year. Back to everyone in the studio.
Now, we just saw the first sun of 2015 up from the East Coast. I think everyone finds the first sunrise of the year a bit more meaningful than the other days. And of course, we have another location in Korea that's famous for this New Year sunrise spectating. And our Joey Mercadante joins us to show us one of those spots.
Yes,
Good
indeed.
morning.
Good morning and
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. Happy New Year. Nice tie.
Thank you very much. So I visited Jeju. And of course, Jeju has beautiful sunrises every day of the year, but I headed there a little bit in advance of the new year to bring you today a very special sunrise. So we'll check that out, plus some wonderful and interesting tourist attractions. Up next.
Happy New Year, everyone! What better way to start the year than by taking a vacation and a trip somewhere special?
Island of Jeju. A couple of days before the new year to get a sneak sunrise peek.
Ooh, must be excited.
It was a short flight from Seoul to Jeju, just 1 hour. My trip started at Sogwipo Port in Sogwipo City on the island. It used to be a fishing port, but tourist fame has turned it into quite the attraction now.
Jeju seems like such a peaceful place, surrounded by nature, the perfect way to relax.
I hopped on the boat for a tour of Sogwipo coast. But this wouldn't be just any old ocean tour. There was a pretty big crowd here that was because of the submarine ride. And we can't skip out on that, right? So I got on the transport boat to ride out to where we could get into the submarine.
Love this music in your report.
Yeah, me too.
So Love Boat like.
And this is where the transport boat brought us. Munsom Island. It's a nature reserve that boasts the largest soft coral colony in the world.
A real submarine. I've never been on one of these before. I'm so ready to go. I have no idea what to expect. So exciting.
No wonder they call this the perfect spot for an underwater ride. The view was amazing. It was a completely different world.
자, 위에 텔레비 봅니다. 우리 스킨스쿠버 다이버가 여러분들 반갑다고 인사를 해주네요. 2015
Wow, special message for you.
Cool. I like that.
They're all wondering, who's Joey?
Depending on how deep we went under, the ocean flora and fauna was different. And we got to see a lot of variety thanks to the diver hard at work. And at about 40 meters down, the world-renowned soft coral colonies and an old shipwreck too.
So different from looking at fish at an aquarium. Seeing them here in their natural habitat is amazing.
It was actually a pretty humbling experience to see this whole new world. After that inspiring start to my Jeju trip, I was off to a fun location called Heueri Village. I was welcomed by Jeju's natives huktaeji, or black pigs, goats, and rabbits.
I'm very famous amongst these rabbits. I think they're big fans of Arirang TV. Yeah, you watch Arirang TV? You watch Arirang TV?
Joey.
They're big fans. This park is famous for its animal acts, especially the ones starring its black pigs. All of a sudden, music, and then 10 or so Jeju black pigs came running out to center stage.
So
The crowd couldn't help cheering at this funny and really cute sight. The pigs slid down like experts down the water slide, not one of them losing their footing. And after their job well done, they got snacks from the audience.
Aww, so cute.
Oh, pigs.
Ah, this is so fun. I love feeding animals, and these pigs are so cute and apparently so hungry. Yeah, ow.
Yeah, so up next was after the animal farm was a lush tangerine grove. Jeju tangerines are a trademark of the island, sweet with a perfect amount of tart. And I got to eat a lot during our fruit picking experience.
맛있어요?
Now, I think I may have eaten more than I was actually gathering.
My children are on vacation, so I brought them here to experience nature and pet the animals. The weather is nice and the kids are having a good time. We picked so many tangerines, they loved it.
As always, Korea Discover trips are never complete without a great foodie experience. On my menu was Jeju's homegrown huktaeji, black pork.
Those weren't the pigs that you were...
Those not the
Don't
pigs.
do that. Don't do that.
But before my order, I had some dombe meat.
동배 무슨 뜻이에요?
아, 동배가 이 제주도 사투리로 도마란 뜻인데 보통 저희 자취집에서 돼지고기 좋은데 삶아가지고 따뜻할 때 바로바로 손님한테 대접하는 제주도 전통 문화가 담긴 음식입니다.
Oh, it's so yummy.
Just melt it in your mouth, warm and savory.
This dombe is so delicious. It just melts in your mouth. It's very buttery. And the perfect thing is, the main dish is being grilled and it's almost ready. So by the time I complete the side dish, the main one will be ready for me.
It's hard to describe, but the meat was both tender and chewier than other pork I've tasted.
There's a very special sauce here to eat with the huktaeji, and that is made from milchi, which are sardines. Really interesting because there's fresh vegetables and a fresh sardine that they placed in the sauce, and it's cooking together with the meat.
Now, after filling myself with delicious Jeju specialties, I decided to check in early.
Lots of adventures, and I've still got one more, so I've got to get to bed real early tonight. And I'll see you
in the morning. Bye-bye. Now the next morning, real early in the morning, I went to Seongsan Ilchulbong. Celebrate 2015, watch the sunrise, and wish for a happy and successful new year. Seongsan Ilchulbong is a tuff cone formed by volcanic eruptions on the seabed. It's the #1 tourist destination of Jeju and a 2007 designated UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site. It lives up to its name, Ilchulbong, meaning sunrise peak. It's extremely famous for the peak-top views of the sunrise. I got up there just in time for the day's fiery red sunrise. Everyone just stood there in silence.
Wow.
I'm here to greet the coming new year. I hope the new year is a great one.
I hope we have a great year filled with happiness.
I wasn't at Jeju long enough to enjoy even half the sights, but the short trip made a lasting impact, especially as we wrapped it up with the truly majestic sunrise. It's a sight you won't want to miss out on in the new year.
Well, Joey, what can we say? You brought the beautiful sunrise right here to the studio, so we don't feel as bad missing out on the sunrise this morning.
Well, you're very welcome. It was my pleasure. Happy New Year.
All right, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
많이 먹어라.
Representing good fortune and peace, 2015 is the year of the sheep. We're no strangers to the zodiac that relates each year to an animal and its symbolic attributes, according to a 12-year cycle. Celebrating the year of the sheep, the National Folk Museum of Korea is holding a special exhibition, Sheep, the Bearer of Happiness. Many pieces portray the theme of luck, which is associated with the sheep sign, and historical pieces were on display too. A sheep year calendar from the 1950s and sheep motif antiques from the Joseon dynasty.
The Chinese characters for sheep can be seen in other characters that have positive meanings like kindness or beauty. So we tend to think of sheep as good, gentle, and kind animals.
Because the sheep represents prosperity and wealth, sheep-related products were hot commodities. We visited a cafe in Western Seoul that was pretty average, except that it was filled with customers browsing and buying various sheep-related items. The real reason why it was so packed? The stars of the cafe. The sheep! This is actually a sheep cafe, where they have the real sheep that got pretty up close and personal with customers.
I was born in the year of the sheep, so this is a unique experience. The sheep are so cute, I want to visit often.
A warm beverage while visiting the sheep. It's really as fun as it looks for customers of all ages. And the sheep even brought in international crowds.
About 70% of our customers are from overseas. They come here because it's a new experience to be able to touch and feed the sheep.
Once the sheep have nuzzled their way into our customers' hearts, they can't stop themselves from buying a sheep item or two. 2015 calendars, organizers, knickknacks, cute winter accessories, baby products, jewelry, and even gold bars. Instead of buying already made goods, some people are opting for a more personal touch and visiting crafting stores. This workshop offers a lot of do-it-yourself wood projects where you get to make your own sheep trinkets.
I was born in a sheep year and I'm here to make a frame with my mom.
I heard sheep bring good fortune, so I'm here to make something with my daughter.
What's great about these DIY projects is that they're easy and fun to make, so it's a great pastime for families and for people like me, who aren't so crafty. Because of what the sheep stand for, these could make even pretty thoughtful gifts. But don't worry, if you just want to keep your sheep to yourself, after the work you put into it, you deserve that symbol of fortune.
People come to make something that is one of a kind, like these pretty sheep frames. These crafts can even change the atmosphere at home. I think that's why more people come to make them.
An emblem of peace, kindness, and generosity, the traits associated with the zodiac sheep sign are something you'll always remember with knickknacks like these, all through the year.
I hope my family will have a smooth year without aggravations, since it is the year of the sheep.
복을 부르는 양소품이 완성됐어요.
There is definitely not a shortage of sheep-related products out here in the studio. Punita Bajaj joins us once again. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Wait,
It's been so long. I saw you guys last year, and now a year later, we're here together.
Punita, I think we should blow out these candles first because something's happening over here. Let's hurry up and do these together. Punita joins us. Ready? 2015. 1, 2, 3. All right, there. We got that out of the way. Those candles are just burning out.
Yeah, I was about to bring real sheep, but I guess you guys already had some, so we prepared a sheep-shaped cake to congratulate the new year to come.
And tell us about some of these products.
All right, well, I think since it is the year of the sheep, there has been so many products, sheep-related motif products, from wooden bookshelves to clocks, all handmade work also. And these are some of the popular things that we prepared for you guys today.
I love these knitted toys.
Right, especially the knitted things. I think they're so popular amongst our expecting mothers or the women especially. I think that's where we get our ugly Christmas sweaters from our grandmas as well. These are really amazing, and we see a
Look at Chinju's pose right
picture
there.
frame.
This is classic.
Not a flattering picture of Chinju, but that's not the point. The
Why did they
frame
do
is
this
so
to
cute.
me?
Right, and these are bookends, right?
Right, I think so. I don't know what they are, but they're great decorations for your home, especially as gifts as well. I think a lot of people kind of collect these items too, so they could be all year round from the 12 zodiac symbols, and this year is a sheep, so that's why we prepare
These
some.
mugs, they have different types of mugs. This
They
is
do.
And how about
coffee
these
mug.
gloves too,
Espresso
right?
mug.
Keep your hands warm in this cold weather.
Can we take these home?
I guess so. These
Okay.
are actually the reason why I really like these ones is because as you can see, the larger ones are for the coffee or the hot choco, and then we have a little espresso shot
This is for me.
miniature.
Yeah, so if you drink your from this cup with this on, this is an overkill, like a sheep overkill. Now, thank you so much, Panita, for that. We are going to bring back the sheep in.
The real sheep.
Right, the real ones, of course, and the entire crew.
Oh, there you go.
Hey!
They won't follow me unless I have.
Hey, who's that sheep? Who's the guy in the sheep jacket?
Guy in the mysterious.
I'm really curious who that is. He's actually a better dancer than you, SJ.
Maybe
We're gonna find out who he is.
Hey, who's gonna do the real ba on this time? Huh? SJ, I know you've been practicing. There you go. You nailed it. Hey, that's Joey. All right, well, this is where we say goodbye on this first day of 2015.
All right, we hope your 2015 is going to be as great as this first day, and make sure today ends up a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.